Does God want China to rise as superpower? No. But Antichrist have to come. And it has to come through a system. And that system must be established by a system. That is why you see the prophecy of this year. In 2026, the world will be divided between United States and China. Atheism and religion. Which country represents atheism? China. Which country represents religion?
United States.
Communism versus capitalism. Which country represents communism?
China.
Which country represents capitalism?
United States.
Democracy versus dictatorship. Which country represents democracy?
United States.
Which country represents dictatorship?
China.
Civilian governments versus military rule. So, it's a year that the rod of division will pierce the planet. I said in this prophecy, I see government of nation in a very confusing state. In a very confused state. Now, the European Union is confused right now. For example, I was reading today, the president of Germany is calling America to explain what they did because it's against international order, international law. And you know that Germany is one of the greatest ally of United States. Now, if Germany is already calling United States, you should understand that even within his own ally himself, there is now a division. Because no Western world country will support the decision of you invading a sovereign nation and take away and capture their president. We are not in 100 years ago. We are not in the dark age where nation conquer nation. What Trump have just done, he took the globe back to the dark age. And why it is very dangerous, because the role of America in the world was like a police of the world. The role of America is police of the world. Now, what is the work of police? To put order, to enforce the law, to make people respect the law. Now, you that you are supposed to be the police of the world, you break the law. Now, what is the difference between United States and Russia that invaded Ukraine? With this action that Trump did, he has just legitimate what Putin did to Ukraine. He has just given a validity to China to invade Taiwan. Tomorrow, China can wake up and go and capture the president of Taiwan. Russia can wake up and go and capture the president of Ukraine. And what do you think we have? World War. And why did Trump took the decision? Because of arrogance. That was why in 2016 God said to me, he's going to be like King Rehoboam. King Rehoboam had a good advisor. They gave him the good advice, but he decided to do his own, what he thought. Because King Rehoboam called the headers of the land and he asked them for advice how he is going to rule the country. And they told him, this is what you do. And he refused that advice. He called the other young people. And the young people told him, you have to deal with them with the fist, with iron fist, you have to. And he took the advice of the young people. The young mean inexperienced people. And that was what destroyed him. That was why, in his own time, the kingdom of Israel became divided. And only one tribe that remained for the promise God made to David. He lost all the other tribes. There were 12 tribes in Israel, and he lost all. Only the tribe of Judah that remained faithful to him because of the vow God made to David. So America is about to lose all the country that have been allied with them over these centuries. That was why God said that Trump will be like King Rehoboam.
If Trump went after Venezuela because of China, why is it threatening even the Greenland? Because it already threats the Greenland to be conquered by him.
That because United States now, they have become a bully. This is the spirit of a ruler. A ruler wants to conquer. A ruler does not lead. Okay? So the spirit of ruler have possessed Trump. And every ruler always lead their nation into destruction. So America is doomed for destruction. Because I wrote in this book years back, and I said, because according to the book of Daniel chapter 9, verse 27 said, the rules, we have a firm agreement with many people of 7 years. Now, as revealed by the Lord, the 10 allies this hour in the modern age, number 1, China. You can read it in my book. Yes. Number 2, North Korea. Number 3, Syria. Number 4, Turkey. Number 5, Iran. Number 6, Saudi Arabia. Number 7, Cuba and Venezuela. Cuba and Venezuela. Number 8, European Union. Because European Union, in the realm of the spirit, is one country before God. Okay? Because that was why when we are talking about the 10 allies, which is the 10 toes that we come to try to join together to form allies to fight. Now, European Union is number 8, Russia is number 9, Vatican is number 10. Now, why did God reveal to me Cuba and Venezuela? Because in the realm of the spirit, Cuba and Venezuela will join together. In the realm of the spirit, all the countries in Europe will join together. And when you look, this thing that happened to Venezuela president, Cuba have started threatening the American. Because Maduro security, they have Cuba. Like Maduro said, he trusted Cuba security more than even Venezuela security. So this is a slap Cuba himself. Because they are warned when he come into the spirit free. So why don't I mention the name of other Latin America country? Why is it name of Cuba and Venezuela? Because God never miss it. God doesn't miss it. Why is it China, North Korea, and Iran that joined together with Venezuela to create the money that provoked United States? Because this group will not divide it into 2. Because China, North Korea, Syria, Turkey, Iran, Cuba and Venezuela, Russia, they are on the side of China totally. Yes. It is only Saudi Arabia that America is trying to make sure it doesn't leave their hand, and European Union. And with what happened right now, European Union and Vatican. So out of 10, it is only 3 that will be with United States. Yes. And even the 3 is not secure, because in European Union there will be division. That's what the Lord said, the rod of division have pierced the head. Because not every country in European Union will support what Trump have just did. Because if you support it, meaning you support Russia invasion of Ukraine, meaning you support China invasion of Taiwan. So they have to be very careful. Because tomorrow, their country also can be invaded. Tomorrow, Hitler can wake up and say, let us invade Malta. Hitler can say, San Marino is no more. So even all the small country right now, they will never support the United States. Because the line, the thin line, have just been removed. That is the global politics.
And this is the United States themselves. It was the leader of this system, broke the system.
Yeah. So when you go to my prophecy of Asia, because you know, I need to bring the word to the bigger picture. I need to explain prophecy, because prophecy is like a clock that's move ahead. There are many things I'm telling you right now that it has been prophesied for the past, like what you read now about Trump will be like the robber, was a prophecy revealed 10 years ago. This year make it 10 years ago. Now what is happening in Iran right now was revealed in 2023. You can see it in my book of prophecy on social media. So prophecy, you have to pray and you have to be very careful so that you will not fall in a victim. You understand? So what is happening right now, America is already fulfilling a prophecy, and that prophecy is not good. But God wants to liberate the head, because the system behind the United States is a very occultic system. Because United States itself is being controlled by the deep states, which is the occultic world, which is the Masonic, the Illuminati, the Bilderberg. And for the first time, they have a president that will not even listen to them. Because this thing that Trump is doing right now is not in the interest of the occultic group. But he will not listen to them, because God wants to punish the United States. Because all that is in the head of President Trump right now, America first, make America great again. He thought by this action, it will make America great. Not knowing that this action, it will bring America down. Yeah. So in his mind right now, like his slogan, make America great again. He thought to make America great is by aggression. What made America great is not in their military power, it's in their wisdom to rule the world through economy, through democracy. You see, America invented democracy. All the world adopted democracy. America invented, okay, let's have international trade system. They signed an agreement, and dollar was adopted as the global currency. It's not that they forced the other country, you must use dollar. It was by diplomacy. America was best in diplomatic relationship, but now they are broken that diplomatic tie. Many countries will be afraid of them to deal with them. So I need to paint the picture. You know, I'm a spiritual watchman of the global politics. So God speak to me. I wrote a book about it. God speak to me yearly about what is happening on our planet. Because God will not leave his people ignorant of the work of the devil, of Satan.
And it is possible that this action of Trump can push the nations to follow the system that China is creating.
Now,
to feel sure.
What God will do will shock the world. China will fall.
Amen.
America will fall. When you look at that prophecy, it said that in midst of this, it said, in the midst of these cows, India will emerge as a super economic power in Asia. Now, if India emerged as super economic power in Asia, meaning it overthrow China, and if India overthrows China, because China is trying to overthrow United States, meaning China will become the economic power. Meaning India will become the economic power. Meaning when China and United States are busy fighting, because let's go to the prophecy of Asia, read it, for you to understand.
Yes. China will become untamable, especially by the United States from 2026. And this will provoke President Donald Trump and the government of the United States of America will begin to cut major economic ties with China.
Yeah. Now, do you know that China is one of the greatest partners in business with America? Now, the Lord said from 2026, China will become untamable, especially by the United States from 2026. Because what kept China domitable till now is America. Because China have developed so much, militarily they have developed, technologically they have developed, but they have this respect for United States trading system. You understand?
Yes, sir.
So many things, if they want to do, they will still look, because they don't want to be sanctioned. Because once America says we sanction China, every other country will withdraw. But China will not care again from 2026. Because what tempts China till now is they are afraid of sanction. But with what Trump did, the world will be divided into two. It's either you are with China or you are with the United States. But before, United States owned the financing. Once they say a country is sanctioned, every other country, they go against that country. But now, with what Trump said, even though tomorrow he said China have been sanctioned, he doesn't remove anything, because there are many countries that prefer to go with China as partner. So that's why God said to me, remember this prophecy was read on 31st of December. Okay? And today is 6th of January 2026. And the invasion of Venezuela was on the 2nd of January 2026. Do you understand how prophecy is unveiling itself right now? Yes. And God said China will become untamable, especially by the United States from 2026. And this will provoke President Donald Trump and the government of the United States of America. Why did he say the government? He's supposed to say this will provoke the government of the United States. He said this will provoke Donald Trump. Yes. And it was, God asked me to read it boldly. And if you look at it, it was written boldly. And the government of the United States of America. Because what President Donald Trump did firstly, by invading Venezuela, was not the total decision of the United States of America. It was his own power as the commander-in-chief of armed forces of the United States of America. But the consequence, China now, okay, you have done this, you have break the law, we will not respect you. What China will be doing from now will be so provoking. China have never provoked America before, but from now, China will begin to provoke America. And because they will become untamable. The habit of China from now will be, I don't give a damn. And this will provoke President Donald Trump. Not only Donald Trump, if he provoke the government of the United States of America, because their pride will be hurt. The pride of America will be hurt. America will begin to cut major economic ties with China. So they will take a decision to break a diplomatic relationship with China on business, on investments. And what will happen? What is the consequence of that? It will affect the global economy. There is a meltdown that is coming, economic meltdown that is coming upon the planet that is worse than Second World War. It's an economic war. Many nations will suddenly become poor. Some nations will suddenly become rich. But the nation that will suddenly become rich will be few. The one that will become poorer, there will be much. Even the rich one will become poor. Because that rash decision to cut all the economic ties with China will cause a major global economy meltdown that has not happened since the Second World War. But somehow, God said to me, somehow, This decision will promote relationship between USA and other Asian countries. So US will turn to other Asian countries. That is why India will become economy superpower, because United States will turn to India and they will make India rich in order to make China poor. But at the end of the day, both America, both China will be affected. Now, this decision will promote relations between USA and other Asian countries. Africa also will benefit, because United States will fight to regain economic control of many countries in Africa where China is presently dominating. Now, to spite China, the United States will go after many countries in Africa where China is presently dominating, is to spite China. And China will do things to spite America also. So, Africa also will benefit, because United States will fight to regain economic control of many countries in Africa where China is presently dominating. I see an economic power tussle between USA and China from 2026. I see it. A tussle, a fight.